So today I am planting pretty much the last load of seeds. So I planted these beans outside the other day. I could plant a few more of these to be sure that I have some. I went to plant some more of the herbs because the ones that I planted didn't really come up. I might plant a few more lettuce. Might do. I'll put that there. Oh, I haven't planted my sunflowers yet. Do I still have time? So outdoors, yes. Okay, I'm going to plant some sunflowers. I've planted. There's a planted. Oh, that's planted. Done. Nope. And so these are fine. That's the fine. Done. These are pumpkins. It's just a random assortment from the pumpkins that I carved last year, that I also grew mostly. So these I want to get planted too. These are also pumpkins. Ooh, fly. Chamomile. I want to plant more of. More pumpkin. Bell peppers we've already got. Carrots I'm not doing. Strawberries I've already got. Yeah, they're flowers, I'm not doing those. More pumpkin seeds. Kale. I might plant a little bit of kale outdoors. Cabbage I'm not doing. More pumpkins. Oh yeah, and I forgot to plant any tomatillos. Oh, I think it's too late for this. So these are the ones I'm doing. Those are the ones I'm not. There are a few ants in here, so I'm just going to pop a bit of cinnamon down to prevent any more ants. So, let's have a look. Put all the pumpkins into a pile. They're not pumpkins. Yeah, that's all the pumpkins. So for the sunflowers it says to sow them outdoors. I don't think I really... I have a couple spots where I could put a few sunflowers. So I think I'm going to start off with the sunflowers and get them outdoors. So these are the sunflowers I've got. And yeah, I think I'm going to try and get these outdoors like it says to do. Right, so we're at this garden bed, so I'm going to uncover it and water it and then we'll get these planted. You just want one in each corner. So I'll plant 2 in each corner. And then get rid of the weak one. I've got my new gardening gloves on. Have to get the seeds out. Do the other corner. A few weeds over here. Out. And water those in. Okay, and in this planter, I want 3 right at the back, so I'll water it. I have a line of beans here and another line of beans here. I think I'll just plant a few of that here. Okay. Into oh, great. I dropped a few. And water those in. Okay, and this is the last place I'm going to put this on top. So let me water it. I need to trim it back here for the grass. Maybe. That's it. I'm just gonna. I have a bag of compost I can add to this, so I'm going to do that first. Let me just turn the ground over a little bit back here. Now I'm going to grab my compost. Perfect. Now I'll do a line across the back here. And then another line just about here. I have another pack of these so I can get them. Because I've run out. It's the same pack, see. Just plant the rest of these. I actually got sent 2 of these in a double, like they accidentally sent 2 in my order, which is why I have 2. And that was last year. And do the same over here. Remaining ones in there. Oh. Okay. and cover them. Perfect. Sunflower's done. So here I'm planting the pumpkin seeds. So I'm just digging a couple of holes to pop the seeds into. And then, like I said, this is just a random assortment pack of pumpkin seeds I have. So one was a specific type of pumpkin seed that I had from last year from Mr. Fothergill's that I planted. And then the 3 other seeds that I'm popping in are just random. The likelihood of those seeds being successful I feel are quite low, so I put 2 per hole just to give it a shot. And yeah, I put them into here, and then obviously filled the holes in and then watered them. It was a really warm day that day, and so it meant that I could get quite a lot done whilst the sun wasn't too high. As you can see, I'm still in the shade at this point, but it does soon come out and then it's way too hot. So as you can see in the greenhouse now, it's very, very hot, and I've got my sunglasses on and just trying to get through it. So here I have a bunch of the leftover seeds. So I get to everything on this day except from planting the herbs up. So these are all my final seeds now. And so I'm just digging small holes in my pots, ready to plant the remainder of the seeds. So I'm starting off with some more of the pumpkin seeds. This time I'm just doing 1 per hole. And then I'm doing a good few of them because, like I say, I think the likelihood of these being successful are quite low. So I'm just chucking them in there, and then I chuck them outside the greenhouse, and once I've filled all the seeds and done all of them, I water them and put them back in the greenhouse. And so I've got my 2 final trays. This one on the further away side. I haven't filled in 3 of the holes just because they were a little bit flimsy. So now I'm planting some lettuce. This is my mixed seed pack of lettuce. I'd already planted some of these outside, but again, just as a backup plan, I've planted a few more for the inside trays. I have to keep taking my gloves off to get the seeds out of the packets because they're so teeny tiny. So I fill again, cover all those up, and then move on to the next lot. Well, I put my tag in first just to make sure I know what's in there, and then I move on to the next. So next I have some kale. Kale I like to grow because it feels like it lasts forever whenever I have grown it before. And it's easy to just have outside and it can go out for a really long time. This one's not very affected by the cold, so it's just a really great plant to have a bit of salad, that lettuce, salad leaves, whenever you need it, really. Although this pack is quite old now, so I guess there's no guarantee these seeds will come up. They're pretty tiny seeds too. Outside you could just probably see there my boyfriend trimming the grass around the greenhouse because it was getting a bit uncontrollable out there. So I've got one last tray here that I want to get planted out on this day, and it is very hot in the greenhouse by this point. So I've got chamomile here, so that's the only herb I do get to plant in it is in chamomile, because I want to put it on the corners of some of my garden beds just to make them look a little bit prettier, and because they're quite good for preventing some of the insect problems because of the scent of the chamomile. And you can also obviously make tea and stuff out of it, so it's just a really good all round thing to grow. So it's a bit late to be growing chamomile actually. I do already have some indoors that I need to separate and put outside as well. But with herbs, I feel like you can get away with planting them really whenever because you can always put them inside. So I just plant that out, and then lastly I have some basil for pesto. I've never made pesto. I've grown this basil for years, a good few years now, and I have still never made pesto with it. But maybe this year will be the year because I have a bunch of basil hopefully coming up soon. So I get that also planted and fill that hole in, and get them outside so they're ready to be watered as well. I'll tell a lie because I've got two more trays here actually, these two little trays, which I'm going to get some more beans planted in. Just again, I have some planted already outside, but just as a backup plan to be safe. So I've got my two types of beans here. These ones are a bit like borlotti beans, I believe. And then the other ones are Rana beans. So to get these planted into these trays, and again, I'll cover them up and pop them outside. So these are the last seeds that we get to plant in on this day. All that we have left to do now is the herbs and any winter seed, if we want to grow any plants over winter. And so thank you for spending time with me in the greenhouse today. I really appreciate it. Would love if you have anything to say, any advice, to comment it below. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, friends. Bye.